Hey up folks, I'm Guy Kestevan the Tester Man, and welcome to part 2 of my Mason Macro custom adventure mountain bike build. So, in this part 2, we're going to start building the frame up with the cockpit and the stop and go kit, which will obviously be a big part of determining the direction I'm taking this beautiful new adventure frame set on its initial build-up. And the best way to get an initial steer on that is to grab the handlebar. And if you're a regular viewer on my custom builds, you'll know I can't resist playing around with some interesting options. So while the Mason Macro is primarily designed as a flat bar, MTB style bike, Don Mason also set the geometry up so it can be used with a drop bar. But I'm going with not just any drop bar. I'm going with the Redshift kitchen sink bar, which, as the name suggests, pretty much covers every handhold option you could want. So it's listed as a 50cm bar, which obviously is pretty wide for a gravel bar, but if we measure it, it's actually 62mm across the flared ends there. So plenty of leverage for controlling my descents. Then you've got this forward loop on the front, which is a hand position and an extra equipment position. It actually comes with a really neat little accessory bag, which will fit on as part of the final build-up of the bike. But shallow drop, plenty of flare out there, which I really like in a bar, and a nice compact grip section as well. So, I mean, obviously I've not ridden it yet, and also not a massive fan of a riser on bars. It's just from an aesthetic point of view, but the fact it's got this bar out the front kind of hides that from view, so hopefully that won't be too much of an eyesore. The only thing is, it is pretty heavy, 500 grams, so that's 210 grams heavier than like a Zip Explorer alloy bar, or even it's about 150 grams heavier even than the super wide PNW Coast bar I've had. But I think that extra hand position, extra cargo position provided by that loop is going to be a big bonus on the long haul rides, which I'm hoping to do on this Macro. So let's grab the torque wrench and get it installed. And of course, if you're going for a drop bar setup, then you need drop bar shifters and brakes. And in this case, I'm going with the Current Force Axis. So wireless hydraulic system from SRAM. But one thing you don't hear talked about, again, not only are drop bars a lot heavier than a flat bar. I mean, if this was a flat bar setup and I had a carbon one, I could probably get close to about 130 grams with a carbon flat bar, whereas even a carbon drop bar is 200 grams. But also, brake and shifter pods are actually a lot heavier on a drop bar than a flat bar setup. So again, you're adding more weight, but you're getting more hand positions as well, which on a distance bike like this, I think is going to be a big advantage. And I just want to try it, to be honest, and you know, part of me, as usual, wants to just tweak the internet a bit with the idea of a drop bar mountain bike. And I think it's obligatory to say something about Tomac here, but people have been doing this kind of thing, well, bloody forever, whether it's putting big tyres in drop bar bikes or drop bars on big tyre bikes, doesn't really matter. So anyway, SRAM Force Wireless, let's give it a go. So as I've gone for a drop bar build initially, that causes a bit of an issue with it being a mountain bike frame, because that's post mount, which is, whereas most road brakes, including the Force that would match those levers, are flat mount. So I've put a flat mount adapter on there, and I could have gone with those Force brakes, or to be honest, I could have gone with Hope RX4, which is their 4-pot, which comes in post or flat mount versions, which is what I run on the Tandem. Really, really good brake. But seeing as they've got the new RX2 calipers out, I was chatting to Robin at Hope, and we were like, well, why don't we go with the smaller flat mount RX2 caliper? It's a really nice unit, and we'll pop that on there, get that bolted on, and then in true Blue Peter style, we've already got it on a flat mount at the front there. So I'm going to route all the hoses through the frame and the fork, and to be honest, so as I'm going to have to take that stem off anyway to feed the hose through the internal headset routing, and I've got nothing against that P&W Coast stem, but the brand new Cane Creek GXC stem has just turned up, and it is a particularly nice looking lightweight stem. I've already got one on my Stig, but I think that'll match really nice. It's just nice to have new kit on new bike build, isn't it? So I'll pop that on at the same time. Right, I'm not going to pretend that was fun, because frankly, between the internal headset and I mean, it's nice that Mason supplies some padded trunking for the hose, but it does complicate getting it through the frame. And frankly, although the front one wasn't too much trouble, that rear hope brake was an absolute sod to bleed. I don't think I had the right bleed kit for it first, but still, I think that gives you an idea. So, right, so this is a hack I'm pretty pleased with, because you can see you've got the rear brake pipe there in the bottom bracket shell. There was a fair old risk. If it just went straight up, it was going to rub on the axle. So what I've done, let's get the torch in there for you, just threaded a little zip tie in through that drain hole in the bottom of the bottom bracket, and then looped it round the brake hose, and then joined it back on the outside. So the head of the zip tie is kind of like a little knot that holds it all in place, and just keeps that hose down. Now, unfortunately, I hadn't realised at this point the microphone had actually stopped recording, so we're going to have to play a fun game of guess what I would have been saying at this point. And obviously I'm talking about the bottom bracket here, and as you can see with that green seal, that's an Enduro Bearings bottom bracket from my sponsor Enduro Bearings. Not just any Enduro bottom bracket bearing either. That's an XD15 Pro ceramic BB. So, oh look, well done, you dropped the seal. I hope you clean that before you put it back in. But anyway, yeah, top quality seal, and as you can see, it's a 30mm spindle. Did you grease that? I think, oh, it's a race face era crank, so very lightweight, carbon fibre crank set. Yeah, you didn't grease it, did you? No, you idiot. Right, I must have wandered off at this point. I actually quite like dubbing it this way. I think it makes a change from the normal. Yeah, you see my syringes on the floor there. Should have tidied them up. Oh, bike stow rack and a feedback sports rack there. By the way, people keep saying, should I paint my backdrop? A couple of people have said, oh, you need to paint your wall behind you to make it look more pro. Let me know in the comments if you think I should. Oh yeah, but I'm probably chatting about that stainless steel guard on it there. Oh yeah, era crank. I probably just started again at this point. Yeah, so era crank, very, very light, but all mounting ready. I know the guys in Whistler who did the development on this. Matt Beer from Pink Bike actually did some of his best mates did the development work on that. So properly strong, but still one of the lightest cranks you can get. And it's got, for the purposes of this bike, it's got that stainless steel bash plate on it. And there's my Blue Petey's grease. Did I say something about that? Come on, flash the thing. There you go. Hey, there you go. Product placement. Need to make sure I tick that box. Bit of wiggling. Come on. There we go. Nice and smooth. Yeah, and it didn't rub on that cable, which was good. Now, I'm thinking about doing something. Maybe I thought I turned the crank around. Oh, there we go. There it is. There's the far side of it. And then I think at some point I realised probably best. Oh, no, I'm going again. What am I doing? Is this where I turned it round? Or was I just twittering on? No, I've turned the light off. We've lost the ring light there. That was failing at this point as well. To be fair, that's what took me mind off. There we go, we're back on again. That's what took me mind off the fact the microphone had died was arsing about, oh, I hadn't put the seal on, that's what it was. And then I tripped over the ring light cable. This is actually quite an interesting behind the scenes. This is generally what happens when I'm actually doing stuff. Yeah, put the really spiky things down, Kez. Oh, nice bit of pants and gut shot there. Here we go. Now we turn the bike round. That makes sense. So now the nice people watching the video can get a shot. Maybe you could have turned the camera off at this point. It's no surprise that between taking 2 hours to bleed the bloody brakes and then all this arsing around while leaving the camera running, it's no wonder the bloody microphone receiver battery died, is it? Right, go on, get the chain set now. Get the chain set side. Come on. Oh, great, I forgot to switch the audio off on my computer, so you've just got a ding in the background then. Now, I think I was twittering on here about the fact that when I did this on my Trek build, I managed to bolt the cranks off with them misaligned. So at least I managed to avoid it this time. What we're doing? Yeah, oh no, that doesn't look right. No, that's better. That's it. Oh yeah, spinny backwards. That would have looked nice if I'd moved my hand, so it just wasn't my fat and hairy hand in the way. That would have looked nice. And by the way, if you're thinking, well, he did that, he guessed that right early on. I'd already cold fitted it just to check all the clearances were right and everything, put the right number of spacers and rings in there. And I think I'm saying something about the wear on the chain rings. There's a bit of cosmetic wear, but actually the actual chain rings held up fine. Did quite a lot of work on the chisel and on other bikes as well. I think I had it on my Pace. But yeah, wore really well, the chain set. It was just the bottom bracket that died really, really quickly. So it's not just for sponsorship reasons that I've gone for the Enduro bearings. They just last a lot longer. And that was me just tightening up the preload. And look, it spins. It spins like you would hope a crank would. So yeah, I'll probably wander off. Maybe I'll get a small Allen key and just cinch up the clamp bolt on the far side. I don't know, I'm chatting about something. Something's on my mind. Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, crank chainring clearance. This theoretically will take a 34, but I think Dom's already been in the comments answering someone in who was asking if you could get any bigger than 34 on. And he said you could probably squeeze a 36 on. Because that's the nice thing about YouTube. I can goad the people, the designers, to come on and answer the questions directly about whether it's about paint, chainring size, that kind of things. You kind of, make them explain their thought process behind this. But yeah, there we go. Nice conventional bottom bracket, isn't press fit, isn't BB47, anything like that. It's just a standard easy setup, so you can use whatever threaded bottom bracket you want. And it's got that space underneath for that hose spacing as well. So that's good. Oh, and now we're at the back of the bike, and we're talking about the rear mech. Yeah, it's a mountain bike. Yes, it's got a UDH hanger. Were you expecting an up-to-date T-type Fandango on there? If you were, you're disappointed. No, what you're getting is SRAM Force Explorer. So it's the longer cage mech. I think at some point I did show the bit where it says Explorer. Yeah, I think that was me attempt. There we go. Explorer. That means it can take a 46 tooth, 10 to 46 cassette, which I think is more than big enough for what's hopefully quite a light bike. I might change my mind and go to a proper mullet, but I think I decided to call this mongrel. So rather than if a gravel bike with a mountain bike setup is mullet, then I reckon a mountain bike with a gravel bike setup is mongrel. But anyway, there we go. It's a conventional setup on this, so just bolts into your standard derailleur hanger there. And there you go. That's all on. And what was I talking about here? Yeah, I think I was just talking about the fact that I went for Axis because I had plenty sitting around, and also, I'm spoilt like that, and also it means I can easily swap to a Axis wireless mullet setup if I want to. So although the frame does have all these nice multi-ports for different cable arrangements, if I don't have to use cables, then frankly, I'm not going to. Now, for some reason at this point, I thought it'd be a good idea to show you how you actually paired an Axis rear setup. I guess just because I was doing it, I thought it'd be educational for once. And so it was dead simple. You just press the button on the back and then you press the button on the shifters. But because I'm not very good at this sort of thing, it looks more like one of them wildlife cameras where a badger comes into your garden and eats cat food or something like that. It's just an old whiskery thing, kind of shuffling. You can't really see what's going on there. I am actually pressing the button on the shifter that because of where I put the camera. You can't see it, so that's massively pointless. Oh, and that's pressing the other shifter, which is even more obscured behind that foam thing on the top tube to stop the bars getting twatted. And then I'll waggle the camera about and probably point it at the back. Hopefully soon. Anytime soon. Bueller. Okay, there we go. Oh, no, I've changed my mind. I'll probably caught the leg of the tripod on something. So now you'll see it miraculously. You won't see it. There you go. I thought I'd screwed it up then because I pressed the wrong direction first. But there we go. It worked in the end. Woo! Wireless. Go me. Woo! Go me. Go wireless badger. And now this is where the dubbing's going to get really, really awkward. Here he is, the old boy. Oh, there you go. He's got his hands out. It's affirmative. It's a statement. Yeah, we've got the bars on. Well done. We've got the seat post in. We've got the gears in. Is this what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just saying what we're doing next. But yeah, we've got the stop and go on. So I'm probably about to say something like, please subscribe, because not all of you have subscribed. Click the notification so you know when the next video comes up, because obviously I've still got to finish the bike off. Ask any questions you want in the comments, and I'll try and answer them if I've missed out bits. What else would I have said? Oh, look, I'm thinking. Look at that. That was a bit weird, actually, because we both thought at the same time. So yeah, Patreon. Yeah, give us I mean, I clearly need some help here. So if you fancy throwing me some cash on Patreon every month, that'd be marvellous. And then you get these edits ad-free and early as a little exclusive thanks. And also the warm fuzzy knowledge that you're keeping this old idiot chatting away about bikes in his shed. Yeah, it's still going. What is he saying now? Yeah, well, basically, there'll be another video coming up of the build. Which is wheels, saddle, and some interesting decisions regarding luggage. If I said the words leather, canvas, and wood, would that alarm you? It probably should. And then, yeah, oh, thumbs up, like. That would be a thumbs up like. God, this is like a really bad version of Drag Race. I clearly don't know what I'm saying now or in the video. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll have the audio, but I've checked, actually, there is proper audio on the next instalment of this build-up of my Mason macro mongrel. Yeah, that's about right. No, I'm still going. It's a bit awkward. Everybody's left. Mate, you took far too long. I've said everything you needed to say. There, that's the sign-off. Oh, no, he's forgotten. What did he forget? Went old jazz hands there. God. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I guess probably something that you meant to say, like, and if you've got any ideas about how you'd have built it up, please get in the comments, because I always love to hear from you, which I do, which is true, but it's a bit of an old YouTube trope to try and get you to join in the comments. Anyway, bye now. Yeah, go on. Off you go. Don't fall over everything. Bless him. Bye. Yeah, turn it off. That's it. That button.